If you often feel emotionally drained, anxious, overwhelmed, intense emotions just like rushing in and taking over, and then in this video, we are going to explore three different types of emotions we feel every day, because understanding just these three different types of emotion totally changed my emotional world from chaos to calm. I'm also going to share some practical, easy steps to follow that I followed in my life, and within like 3 months, I was a totally different person. So the first type of emotions that I'm going to talk about is that whenever a situation happens or something happens, we have the tendency to feel other people's emotions. So people who are involved in the situation. And this kind of like begins in the childhood when it's easier spending our life understanding other people's emotions. How are they feeling? Are we being safe? Like if they are feeling angry, then we know all of a sudden, okay, like the other person is feeling angry. So we can like do things accordingly so that we feel safe. So this is what basically like starts in our childhood when we start spending like a lot of time in our heart center. Like we spend like a lot of awareness, like we have like a lot of awareness in our heart area. So what this does is it kind of like keeps us safe, feeling how other people are feeling. So we kind of unconsciously get into this habit of like always feeling how the other people around me are feeling, so that we can feel safe, so that we can know instantly if the other person is feeling angry, we know like they are feeling angry, and then now we can like do things accordingly. Or if the other person, like, because we are like really highly compassionate souls, and if the other person is feeling sad, then okay, like what can we do to like help them? Or so like spending awareness in our heart center, being like really kind and compassionate, it kind of like really helps us feel safe in that moment. The second type of emotion that we feel is emotions made by our mind. So what happens is the moment our mind becomes aware of one thing. So let's say that our mind becomes aware of ice cream. So what our mind is, right, like it's an energetic body, it's our mental body, and it has like all the thoughts related to like whatever thoughts we have ever had, whether in the past lifetimes or in this lifetimes. So each one of us have this mental body, and all together we create this universal mental body because we are all connected. So the moment our mind becomes aware of one word, let's say ice cream, it gets in touch with all the thoughts that are ever been created for ice cream, for whoever had an ice cream, or whoever saw an ice cream, whoever made an ice cream. Any thought that they have ever that have like ever been thought of regarding ice cream, our mind gets connected to that. And our mind's normal job is also, whatever thoughts are being created, our brain's normal job is to create relevant emotions. So let's say that someone thinks of ice cream, that, oh my God, it's like the most delicious thing in the world. So the emotions according to that will be created in our mind if our mind picks up that thought. And let's say if someone picks up the thought of, oh, having ice cream makes me fat, and like our mind can also pick up like that thought, and then our brain can create supported emotions according to that as well. So see how like our mind, when we spend like a lot of time in our mind, like we are always like trying to be logical, and literally like, so by spending awareness, like what I mean is, let's say I'm holding this mic in my hands. So right now, like if I'm feeling like how the mic feels in my hand, like that's like I'm bringing my awareness to my fingers, like my hand, or towards this mic. So similarly, we are used to spend a lot of time in our mind. And what mind does is it grabs all the thoughts from the universal field, and our brain creates relevant emotions. So the second type of emotion that we feel is the emotions that are generated by our mind, and we pick up those. And then the third type of emotions that we feel are real emotions, what our soul truly feels in that moment for that word ice cream, let's say. So probably like our soul like really like it just like makes our soul like really like joyful and happy when we think of ice cream. So basically, like this happens, like we experience what our soul is truly experiencing in that moment by being in our body, by keeping our awareness in our hands, feet, mostly like the lower area, like our pelvis area. So when we have our awareness, when we are like in our body versus being in our head and in our heart center. So like one more thing I want to mention about the mind is that our mind also stores how we have felt about like things in the past. So for example, let's say that you have already had ice cream once in the past, and it wasn't a very pleasant experience. So your mind will also bring up like that thought, and then brain will produce like the relevant emotion again. So basically what I'm trying to say is that if you think of a word ice cream, instantly you are surrounded by all of these different types of emotions. What the person in front of you feels about it, what the whole universal field has stored, like the thoughts about the ice creams, and then brain converts, like supports those thoughts with relevant emotions, so those emotions come into play as well. And then we have like these real feelings about the things, right, that our soul truly feels about certain situations or things. That happens when we have our awareness in our body, when we are grounded in our body and not in our mind, or trying to feel safe to know other people's emotions and being in our heart center area. Because all we are here to do in these lifetimes is to experience the lifetime based on what our soul truly feel about things. And this is the whole purpose of having emotions as well. So emotions are a way for our soul to tell us if we want to go in that direction, or if we don't want to, if our soul doesn't want to go in that direction. And of course, like, we have the free will as a mind, body, heart, and soul, because the soul manifests itself into a mind, body, and heart. We have this free will to choose whatever we want to choose. So even if, let's say, like, even if your soul feels like really angry about something, right, through that anger, like, that real emotions will be really calm and relaxed. It won't be like as intense as like how mind creates. So the soul can tell us through being angry that, hey, like, just now, like, my boundary has been crossed, and this is something that I don't like to experience again. So we, like, take the action accordingly, and out of love for ourselves, we let the other person know, or whatever the situation is, that, hey, like, this is something that I don't appreciate. And probably the other people, like, are not aware of it, and it's our responsibility to let them know that, hey, like, I did feel angry, and which means that a boundary has been crossed for me, and this is my boundary. You just let the other person know, out of love for yourself. So basically, this is what I'm trying to say. So the moment we think of one thing or be in a situation, we have the choice to feel like all these different types of emotions. We are surrounded by these different types of emotions. And the emotion that is for our highest good, that how it was, like, created to be, was how is our soul truly feeling, so that we can navigate through this life experience, physical life experience. Now, like, there's like this one moment in my life that totally changed my whole emotional world. So this was when I conceived. When I was pregnant, because when I was pregnant, I had my awareness all the time in my belly, kind of like talking to my daughter and just like holding my belly. And I also had like a lot of awareness in my feet all the time, so that I don't fall. I'm walking like carefully. I was like walking slowly. So a lot of, for like, so much time every day for almost like 9 months, I was so careful, and I had my awareness like all in my body, like in my lower body, my pelvis and my feet, so that I don't fall. And I noticed that usually, like, before my pregnancy, I used to have like such intense emotions. And during the whole pregnancy period, I was so calm and relaxed. Even if I'll feel angry about someone, for someone, I would like deal with it in a way, like in a really calm, relaxed way, like respond to that situation. So it's not that I did not have, like, and in those 9 months I did have like a couple of time intense emotions as well. But then I was really able to like know that, okay, I am having like these intense emotions, and it's time for me to like anchor back into in my belly and in my feet, because I just wanted to make sure that my like daughter is fine and I'm okay. So I would like again bring my awareness back to my belly, and then feel like again like relaxed and calm to deal with what I have in front of me. So the key to feeling our real emotions is having our awareness in our feet and our belly. And I would suggest, like, it doesn't take long. Like, for example, if you're walking somewhere, right, like, you just feel how you're like, it seems really simple, but trust me, it's really powerful. It's extremely powerful. It has changed my life. Like, I am the witness. I have like tried and tested, and like a lot of my clients have tried and tested as well, and it works really well. So all you have to do is just feel your feet while walking. Like, when you're walking, like, how is your feet feeling in your shoes or whatever slippers you're wearing? And is it like soft, hard? Is it feeling tight, or is it feeling comfortable? So how is it feeling? Or like, how, like, when you are sitting, like, how is your like hip bone feeling on the on the couch, or how, like, if you have your feet on the floor, like how your feet is feeling on the floor. Is the floor hard or soft or cold or warm or normal, or grainy? And so basically, like, feeling the lower body and having our awareness in the pelvis area. So that is the key. So doing this, so it just takes a few seconds, right? Even for like a few seconds, you can remind, let's say after like every half an hour for you to, or every hour, you remind yourself to come back, to bring back your awareness, and do it for like regularly without missing. Create an alarm or whatever, or like posted notes in front of you, so that like you do that regularly. And I think, like, for it depends on like how long it takes for you. Like for some people I've seen, like within a week they just like start feeling so calm and relaxed in their emotional world, and like being in touch with their own emotions. And for some people it takes like 3 months as well. But the whole idea is, I do still feel intense emotions, and but it's just that like I can now feel so calm and relaxed in the background. I'm so calm and relaxed because I have my awareness most of the time in my lower body, that it's just, I'm just able to like address those intense emotions that I'm feeling, and utilize them on my healing journey, on how like they are best to be utilized. So I kind of like witness my intense emotions like in a really calm and stable way, and do not like react or respond out of them. I give myself like space, to detach from the emotions and then respond accordingly. So yeah, so like this has actually like totally changed my life. Like I can't tell you how much, like the big difference, like, and this effect has flown over in my relationships, my career, and like a lot of other areas of my life as well, in having like a really positive impact. So yeah, so it's really important to know that in every moment we have the choice to feel either other people's emotions, or we have the choice to feel the emotions that is there in the universal field, or like the thoughts that are there, and then our brain transforms those thoughts into emotions. Or we have the choice to be in our lower body and feel our real emotions. So we have this power in every moment. And what I usually do is, like, I have actually created, I've created like a small recording that I listen to every morning, so that I can feel what my real emotions are every morning. And every morning I know, like, this is how I'm truly feeling right now. And even if during the daytime I feel an intense emotions, I remind myself that, hey, like, this is just like a passing emotion, probably created by my brain, like through the mental field, or it's like someone else's emotions that's like just crossing my field, or I'm picking up being an empath. And I'm just reminding myself, like, this is how I was truly feeling in the morning. And then I just anchor myself back into what I'm truly feeling about in that moment, about something or whatever. So yeah, so this guided meditation that I've created, like, it really helps me anchor back into like how I'm truly feeling. Because what happens is that the true feelings, they do not change for almost like 7 to 10 days. They are not like the emotions that our mind creates, which can change like 10 or 20 times a day, like going up, down, intense, low kind of thing. Like the real feelings, they stay stable for almost like 7 to 10 days. No matter if your soul is feeling, even if your soul is feeling angry, but you are actually in the background, you're feeling really calm. So it will take some time for the soul to actually feel the emotion of anger. So this meditation is also going to help. So let's say if you're feeling confused about something and you don't know what to do, like you have a decision to make, and you can simply like do this guided meditation. Okay, like, how am I really feeling about this? And with whatever comes up in the meditation, which I'll post this meditation probably tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this video. You can check, like, it might have been posted already as well. So this guided meditation to feel like the real feelings. And yeah, I think like this can bring like a really big change. So these two things, keeping your awareness in your body and constantly like every day being, and I know like it, like our real emotions, they stay consistent for like 7 to 10 days, but it's still good to at least do it like on alternate days, this meditation, or like every 2 to 3 days, or whenever you are feeling confused about something. So this will keep us like anchored in what we are truly feeling until the time when we don't even have to do any meditation, and we just like know how to like feel we are already feeling our real emotions all the time. Like we are already feeling our true feelings all the time, which are like really calm and relaxed in the background. The signs that the emotions that you're feeling are created by your brain or your mind, taken from universal field, is that they feel really intense, like they're really intense in the body. So that's the sign that the emotions are created by mind. And if the emotions are like created by our heart, like when you're feeling other people's emotion, then you can just like pause for a moment and check, like, am I truly feeling this? Like, are these my emotions, or is this like the other person's emotions that I'm picking up, that, or am I projecting my emotions that if I say this to that person, they will feel really angry, so I'm projecting here my fear on the other person, kind of thing. And the third thing is, like, when we come into this habit, right, because the real feelings, like, they feel really calm. Even when someone is angry, it's very calm, it's very relaxed, and you can just like feel anger coming, and then it feels like as if you are like calmly witnessing the anger coming, and then you're just like feeling it and let it pass. Because like each and every emotion is like, it doesn't last more than 6 seconds, but it's just that like we hold on to those, or we suppress feeling that I don't want to feel that, kind of thing, and then it like stays in our field for so long. But the real feelings, the emotions created by our real feelings, what our soul is truly feeling, it doesn't last for more than 6 seconds. So when we get into the habit of being in our lower body and constantly being in touch with what our real feeling is, what our soul is truly feeling right now in the moment, every day, or about different things, it just becomes really easy for us to identify that, hey, like, this is my mind creating emotions. Okay, I'm choosing not to feel those emotions. What I'm trying to say is that we don't need to like push away or suppress any emotions, right? Like the emotions in our field, of other people, of the whole world, the whole universal field, we don't need to push any of those away. What we need to do is like be truly aware of what our soul is truly feeling in this moment. Because the emotions that are generated based on what our soul is truly feeling, those are really calm and relaxed, even if the soul is feeling angry or sad or is grieving. Like, it's like really calm, relaxed, and it's really easy to experience. Like, I can't imagine, like, I can't even tell you the kind of change it brings to one's life. Like, my emotional life has like totally changed, and that has rippled out into like my career, relationships as well. So however small this practice might feel like, it's really powerful. Like, things don't have to be really hard to do or difficult to be effective or powerful. So I would highly encourage you to try this and try and understand the difference between the three, and try and practice in your life. Like, okay, in this moment, this is what's happening. Is this my emotion, or is it someone else's emotions? Is this like based on like a past event that I've gone through? Because in every moment our soul experiences things differently. So probably 10 years back I had an ice cream and I felt differently, but now in this moment my soul might have like different ideas about having ice cream. So probably like when I was young, my metabolism was amazing and stuff, like my soul like truly loved ice cream, but now like probably my soul is not really feeling comfortable about like having ice cream in this like honoring the phase I am in my life. So every moment is a new moment to experience what our soul is truly feeling, and navigating our life through that, versus based on like past emotions which are all stored in our mental body or our mind, and other people's thoughts as well. Yeah, so I hope this video was useful, and I will post the guided meditation tomorrow. It's not going to be more than 5 minutes, so it will be easy to do in the mornings. Thank you so much.